So today, what I want to talk about is the upcoming Argent Saga Championship, which is going to take place on the 14th and 15th of September. This is the first large-scale competitive event for Argent Saga, which is really cool considering it's only a month and a half after this card game was released. And it's pretty big. I mean, as you can see here on the left, it's a $50,000 cash prize event. So, I mean, that's pretty neat for something, like I said, just came out a month and a half ago. But today, what we're going to be talking about is the top 5 side deck cards that I think the competitors are going to be using. This is just my personal opinion based on what I think is good, and just what I've been seeing, on some of these groups where they're discussing some of the cards that they might be using. So, I hope you enjoy the video. If you're attending this event, sadly, I won't be able to. I need to travel for my job. I'll actually be in China when this is taking place, so that was kind of a bummer. But to anyone who is competing in this event, good luck. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of competition, but, just focus, play test a lot, and I'm sure you'll do great. So let's get into the video. Number 5. All right, so number 5, ARIANAS Amulet, which is pretty much the most generic card you can find out there. It replaces itself whenever you play it, so you draw a card, and you can sacrifice it, and all spirits lose all abilities, so that is including yours, so be careful with that. But yeah, this puts pressure on your opponent to use their spirit's ability whenever they might not want to. So this can be really good in certain situations. Key thing to note, if your opponent activates their spirit's soul burst and you try and put this on the stack, the soul burst will not be negated. So if Sola tries to create a token by soul bursting, you can't put this on the stack and not have Sola get the token because it's already happened. So one thing to note, it does not stop that, but still a good card. It can force Kite early. It can maybe force a Fizzy early if they don't want to use it. So, it does have its uses, and definitely for 15 spots in your side deck whenever there's not that large of a card pool. I think this card is definitely going to be in almost every person's side deck because it's the easiest card to side in whenever you definitely have a card that is completely dead in a certain matchup. Number 4. So next up is Argent Watcher. He pretty much negates any ability on a target unit. Now this can be really good in the light matchup where they revolve around gears to give their units abilities. Like quickness or target attack. This also gets rid of Destroyer or Guardian if you want to, make a late game push. So if you're playing against a deck that really revolves around giving their units abilities, this is a great card to side in. One thing to note, though, is whenever you're playing against a light deck with the gears that add abilities as well as the power gains, this card will only negate the ability that's given to them. It will not negate the power gain. So if it's, something where it gives them 500 power and quickness, it will only negate the quickness ability. So they'll still gain the 500. Something to note. You guessed it, it's number 3. So coming in at the number 3 spot is Transfiguration Master. He pretty much banishes anything whenever he comes into play. Now this is obviously to get rid of your opponent's Sylphia, which I think is the best card in the game right now. And I think there's going to be a lot of green decks, whether it be the main or supporting color. So I think this card needs to be in everyone's side deck to just deal with that card. It is so good that I think you need a specific place in your side deck to deal with it. So I think this is the card for that. So yeah. So close to the number you actually care about. So number 2 is actually a wild card. I put ZEPHYR Crystal here because I think this shard is so good that people are going to side air for a side-in support. It doesn't hurt that they have the best unit in the game in Sylphia, which I just spoke about, but also you get the best special shard in the game. So I think it's a no-brainer that there's going to be a lot of air element in people's sides where they side it in, depending on their matchup. And I think ZEPHYR Crystal is one of the big reasons. We've seen, with this first set that augments are the real deal. You have a lot of really good ones out there. Hidden Laboratory being one of them. Also Quorum War Room. So this is it's an instant out to them. And even if you don't side in air, I could see one or two people playing this as a one-of in their side, hoping to hit it early. I know there's going to be some decks where they can play on a low shard count. So, but look out for this card. I'm betting you're going to see this in people's side decks. You guys made it. I'm so proud of you. Well, here it is. Number 1. All right, so numero uno. That's number 1 for all of you non-Spanish speakers out there. Acid Monger, the little snail, or as they like to call it, the chicken of the sand sea. This card's amazing. It is so good. I underestimated how good augments were going to be, but they're pretty meta-defining, and this gets rid of them for free. It's 2 cost, so it's very cheap. You can play it early game or late game without, disrupting big plays from your end. And then on the same token, you're pretty much really hampering some of these popular decks right now. You're pretty much hampering their strategies by getting rid of an augment for free. And plus, this little guy breaks the wind and fire tower. Like, you get so much value out of this. I think if players are not having this in their main deck, it's going to be in their side deck for sure. Well, that's all I got for you kiddos here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Zep signing out.